That's so weird to me. The Dogmatic is not keeping my word with the leader of the station and sending them food? That's super odd. Alright, I know last time I did Iconoclast, so let's just see how this plays out. So, do not send supplies that we promised would fall, allowing the righteous Incendia Corda to restore Imperial Order. Without provisions, Footfall won't be able to resist the will of Incendia Corda for long and will quickly succumb to her influence. You gain 10 provisions, 350 XP, and 15 Dogmatic. To welcome the new rogue trader, the Adeptus Mechanicus' planetary office brought to the ship an offering of several versatile macro-combines, ancient machines whose carcasses had been found on Janus and carefully restored. The Sacred Steel Titans will serve the Von Valancius dynasty. Mobile Extractium times 3. Okay, so we can build something on this planet now. Pick one of these three things. Chem Princes. Many planetary aristocrats have stained themselves with incompetence and lost their titles. A new nobility of Chem Princes will be created out of subjects who prove capable in science and governance. Those who succeed in wisely managing their agri-complex fiefs, strictly maintaining obedience among the commoners, and increasing the output of rare organic chemicals will keep their positions. Chemical grenades, security chemical provisions. And these replenish. Can blind, slow, disturbed. Alright, next thing. Ultra Inquisitors. In the days of the mutiny, many among Janus's pampered nobility fled the planet. They are to be replaced with more enterprising servants. Small but ambitious Ultra Requisitor Syndicate, belonging to the Casbala Commission, has contacted the Rogue Trader with a lowly request to entrust the governance of Janus to them. With Vladimir Takara pushing all of his competitors out of cold trade, the Ultra Inquisitors are hoping to change their line of business and become dignified aristocrats serving House Von Valancius. You get a fancy gun that we can't use. Profit factor increases. We don't get profit factor with the first thing, but the grenades keep respawning, so we keep getting more of these. Alright, last one is Sophocracy. 10 strength is a minus 10 penalty to intelligence, social willpower. Okay, we get drugs. Janus is ailing, and who better to cure it than the sage genitors of the Magos biologists? Management of the agri-complexes will be taken away from aristocrats and handed over to the servants of the Omnissiah, who will synchronize their operations for the benefit of the planet. 4 provisions and 1 efficiency per turn. I think I'm going to, I think I'm going to work with the Magos. I trust them more than nobility. Alright, we're building that. I'm gonna put some tech priests in charge of this place. Let's see. Did I already go there? Already explored. Already explored. Okay. So I think I need to talk with the Voxmaster on the bridge. So let's go to the bridge. To be honest, I think you should read the poem before saying anything is Dervish. Hold on, let me tab out for a sec. Where is, let's see, you said you put it in the Guild Wars 2 discussion. There's a lot in there. What is it? Where is it? Through rites, the unseen yields, Valor's fire melts the ice. Huh? Valor's fire makes me think of Guardian. Through rites, the unseen yields. I mean, that makes it sound like Ritualist. Voxmaster Vigdis. When you approach, Vigdis pulls away from fine-tuning another Vox and bows her head. Lord Captain, the ship informed me of our imminent meeting. My personal log states that the ship's Vox system is malfunctioning. Can you explain? Lord Captain, the Voxmaster is caught off guard by your question. It takes her a moment to find the words. The Vox system is functioning as expected, and no communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have had about its performance. The Vox Master's thin fingers dart between hundreds of wires and cables on the control panel. Flipping switches and turning dials, she issues commands and methodically checks the lines of communication with the crew on every deck. At last, accompanied by the sound of static, the crackling of the Vox, and the flickering of signaling lights, the dance of her hands concludes. All finished, Lord Captain. No issues detected. The system is working as expected. She studies your face as she awaits your response. Thank you for your service, Mistress Tollerman. Lord Captain. She offers an unusually deep bow, likely using it to mask her confusion. Fellowship. Connect me to the main channel. I wish to bolster the morale of my crew. Fellowship failed? That was 85%. Before you can activate the Vox, a deafening screech of static fills the air, making everyone aboard jump to attention. You clear your throat and address the crew with a rousing speech, but whispers and indifferent stares are the only response. No, I was cringe. No. Oh no, I had a 15% chance of being cringe and we nailed it. That will be all. Okay, oh, that was embarrassing. Alright, what's next? Let's see. Let's skim through these. The forlorn dwellings of the base inhabitants should be near the freight line station. This is where one can get a glimpse in order to search life. Compeller, the asteroid is not functioning. Is there any help? Once the machine is repaired, car will be able to deliver previously and several messages to the rogue trader. I already did that, I feel like. Why is it still showing that? Hunter knowledge, culture reconnaissance data must be delivered to Adeptus Mechanics represent Footfall. The local inhabitants of the Legion of Footfall can provide more information. Go to the quarantine zone. Oh yeah, we were waiting on that to get opened up. Let's see, restore the operation, the administrative apparatus on Argonis, Kappa Gamma, and we got Janus done. According to Reverend Hieronymus, there's people in the shadow quarters of Footfall. Heinrichs needs to go to Kappa Gamma. Lord Captain should discuss preparations with the High Factotum on the bridge. You may encounter Eldari and blah 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 yearly yet, okay? Every vassal has a majesty's royal prudence. Rogue Trader's Cogitator on the bridge once belonged to Theodore von Valancius. Pascal sure could be used to decrypt. Okay, Pascal. Forgotten Twins. Okay, so I need to talk to Pascal, and I need to talk to the High Factotum.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
I don't see an option for that. I want to know the truth about you.
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagos Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
What did Amanat do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The
Morning,
blessed
Mr. Hi, Blue.
Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
Fascinating.
Acknowledged.
How did you betray Amanat?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizance fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected tech priests, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizant's fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen anthematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagos Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
You acted as a loyal son of the Imperium should.
I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us.
What are you going to do next?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the blessed Archmagos Amanat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link.
And the tech priest named Abel, who is he?
I never met him, but I think he was a person of worth. The phrase that came from his lips indicates he was in contact with my mentor. I preserved his cortical implant and absorbed the information it contained. However, the large amounts of data memories are encoded with a cipher yet unfamiliar to me.
No more questions.
Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the blessed Amanat. May your late...
Okay, so I thought I could talk to him about the Vox thing, but I guess not now. Where is the high factotum? He's the chunky boy. There he is. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Have you ever heard of the name Fiery Reckoning? From what I can tell, it was a void ship of some sort. There was a mention of it in one of Theodore's documents I found. Janus thinks for a moment, pursing his lips in concentration. I'm afraid it is not immediately familiar to me, your lordship. Please, allow me a moment. He starts rapidly tapping on the screen of his data slate. I say, House von Valancius did indeed sign a contract with the owners of a vessel with the designation Fiery Reckoning. There are transactions, records of the ship picking up cargo from Kiava Gamma. Well, this is odd. The data log ends there. Apparently this ship had some interactions with one of the workshops on your industrial world. I beg your pardon, your lordship, but that is the extent of the assistance I can provide you in regard to this particular matter. Trobby says, the plushie arrived! Woo! Nice! It's adorable. Nice! I'm glad to hear it got there safely. There's a lot of folks posting pictures of them on the Discord if you want to share, Trop, but that is awesome. Let's see. I would like to introduce Kibella to some of the customs practiced among people of my stature. Show her what life is like on the upper decks, so to speak. Generous huffs pensively. Your lordship is most courteous, but what exactly did you have in mind? I don't know what I had in mind. I was counting on you to choose an appropriate ritual. Oh, but of course. You do not have time to puzzle over such trivial solutions. He adjusts his frock coat and nods enigmatically. I will see what can be arranged. Do not worry for a single moment. I promise to find the most suitable approach. I will contact you the moment I have something to offer. Okay. I would like to order the shipping and transportation of some goods. Okay. Can we... What can we sell here? Some void private trade. Can't even get level 2 from that. Yikes. Fellowship of the Void. There's a lot we can trade with them. Elite chainsword. Heavy bolter. Don't have enough profit factor to get anything else from them. Casablanca mission. He buys like heretic stuff. Explorators. So the main thing I care about is Imperial Navy, because that gets you the ship upgrades, but there's no more stuff that I have that they want right now. So the question now is what to do with the remaining things. So now we're level 2 in that. Okay. Alright, that's good enough for now. Let's see. Anything else? Alright, that's it for now. Okay. Alright, I think that's all we can do with him right now. Let's head back out. Alright, go to the warp map. And let's see, tabbing out for a quick second here. Okay. Let's see, considering going back to Footfall to see if they've finished opening up the Heretic Den that I need to check out. The tranquility of the warp jump was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind bulkheads of the void vessel, the sound of nails scratching against the hull and the elongated Eldari-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena were most prominent in the far corner of the officer deck where the new Lord Captain's companion named Yirliet had made her home. The ship left the hostile Immaterium and returned to real space. The High Factotum's voice rings with pride. Lord Captain, I have done as commanded. Everything has been prepared for your ritual with Mistress Cabela. A select few upper deck officers are ready to leave their posts to attend this formal gathering and praise your lordship's name. We can begin at your convenience. What? What is this? Splendid, Danrock. Summon my illustrious officers. What, they're just gonna praise me? It will be done! I shall signal the servants and notify the invited parties immediately. Let us demonstrate to Mistress Cabela just how strong our vessel's spirit of camaraderie truly is. Oh god. So wait, did it happen? Alright, hold on, go back to the bridge. Alright, hold on. What's the new teaser? Wait, what? What is this? Friggin' Firefox logo? Huh. Okay, well, I mean, animal makes me think ranger, flames make me think guardian. Well, I don't know. Revenants are gonna channel rabbits? Yes, always revenants. Always revenants. Wait, how do I do the thing? Everything is ready for the gathering on the officer's deck. God, where's the officer's deck? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, man. So I hope this isn't just going to be some dudes like, oh, you're so amazing, boss. We love you. And she's just going to be like, wow, this date is weird. Glory to the great rogue trader. Long live the rogue trader. Oh my god, dude. This is a lot of people. Kibula stands out clearly from the officers in attendance, both for her favoring the full regalia of a member of the blood-spun web over formal attire, and for the empty space around her. The other attendees are keeping their distance, as if an air of mortal danger repels them from your companion. Danrock, whose keen, worried gaze is locked on Kibula and whose mouth is stretched into the most courteous of smiles, gives you a hurried bow. Your lordship. Daman Mukluk, you are here. Kibula sounds neither excited nor solemn. Her tone is indifferent as her fearsome metal claws clutch a slice of fruit from one of the plates. How are you? I feel wrong. Strange people, strange sounds and gestures. Kibula lets out a sharp breath. Her gaze becomes vacant and her hand reaches for the table knife. I am losing myself in this whirlpool. Grasping the knife, she begins to carve lines right into the expensive wooden tabletop. A nervous murmur runs through the crowd. Their tense gazes are locked on the harmless-looking, barely sharpened metal utensil in the hand of the cultist of the blood-spun web. Persuasion? Smile at Kibula. I see you have already mastered the art of commanding attention. You seem to be quite in your element. She blinks in surprise and looks up at you. She glances back and forth, seemingly privy to the meaning of your words, and then her clear, genuine laughter fills the room, startling everyone around her. I suppose that's true, Daman. I will not fluster your subjects further. 62 XP. Kibula glances at the maze she has inscribed and sighs. Whenever I lose my thread, whenever I am forced to stray by the outside world, I return to the labyrinth. It has all the answers. My meditation helps. In finding my way out, I regain myself and praise the righteousness of serving the Undying One. Have you found a delicacy that is to your liking? She smiles. Food like this is impossible to come by in the lower bays. I do not know what this is, but it tastes incredible. Juice is dripping down her fingers and hand. It seems she is the only one here who has not lost her appetite. The officers' faces have turned pale and alarmed masks, and none of them is in a hurry to enjoy the feast. And how do you like the ceremonies of the Epidex? I am attempting to peer through the florid shell to the core, yet it continues to elude me. Kibula looks at you in the eye. What is the purpose of this ritual, Mukluk? Explain it to me. Gratitude. My crew is willing to give their lives for the dynasty, and this is my way of praising their service. Does one merit gratitude for... You know, hold on. Big question here. Big question here. We're working on another plushie. When it comes time to make a commercial for it, do I use Shoe Body Bop again? Or do we do something else? I don't know. I have to think on that. I used every idea I had in the first commercial. With like, you know, it's a knife, no, and the shoe body and all of that. I used every idea I had all at once. I gotta come up with something for the next one. Does one merit gratitude for doing what their duty demands? Would these people act differently without your show of appreciation? I hope that is not the case. I am too conspicuous beside the rest of your servants. Kibula looks at the other guests, and they quickly avert their eyes. A fitting mask, that is what is required for a ritual like this. I came unprepared. It will not happen again. Your choice of attire is not customary for such gatherings. Kibula looks at you with mild confusion. My appearance tells those around me who I am. Everyone here is wearing a mask for their respective thread. Is this not a requirement for your rituals? She glances at the opulent room, the dazzling decor, and the handsomely dressed officers. I didn't want to say this, but now it's the only option. I sense that this gathering was a terrible mistake. Danrock sighs heavily and looks down. Why? You have looked behind the curtain at my existence, and now I have at yours. She stares at you intently. I do not think that we have heard all of the words that should have been spoken here today. Is it because you do not wish to say them in front of witnesses? I grow weary of the crowd. Take a walk with me. Cabela avoids your gaze as the two of you walk away from the other guests. She seems calm, but the slight tremble running down her right hand betrays her agitation. Once you are alone, she looks straight at you. I have discerned what you are doing here, and I know that your calling it a ritual was a ruse. True rituals are a constant immutable, like the cycles of the cooling machines in the ship's bowels or the shifts of the bay's servants. This was spontaneous, something you prepared just for me, and then you stayed at my side the entire time. Now you are here, granting me yet another request. Why is that? I have come to value your company. Her eyes widen. So that's how it is. She suddenly looks away. A smile touches her lips. When you asked me if I wanted to look at the rituals of your world, I was not entirely candid with my answer. Yes, to see the Damon's world is a priceless gift, but what I truly wished for was to see it with you. She gives you a searching look, narrowing her eyes. What do you think, Damon? Has your blade failed you? Wait, what? Step closer? That sounds promising. Kibala's lips stretch into a smile. She slowly places a hand on your shoulder. I share your anticipation, Doman. Kiss! Goth girlfriend unlocked, chat. New teaser's up? Yeah, we saw it. It's Firefox. Kibela reciprocates, hesitantly at first, then passionately. Her lips are warm and soft, surprisingly so for someone seemingly woven from muscle and unyielding will. Thank you for the evening. I hope it will not be the last. Kibela closes her eyes, her lips carrying a slight smile that seems to hold some unspoken secret. As it pleases you, Domin. Wait. I'm wondering if the high fact totem is going to be like, I'm sorry, the party sucked. Nope, there's nothing to really talk about related to that. Okay. Alright. Expanse map. Alright, is that Footfall? Yes. Warp travel. Lord Captain, we're receiving an urgent transmission from Footfall, connecting you. Rogue Trader, my name is Solomorn Anthar. You and I met on Rykad Minoris. Yeah, the Arbites. I have something to discuss with you. I will be waiting at the Footfall docks. My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Eldari is in a foul mood and is moving toward the captain's bridge. My pet Eldari? We didn't dare to stop her, but I expect that you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. My pet Eldari. Revenant 7 elite specs for the next expansion. Yes, Firefox. Spin my giant share.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak.
Irliet quietly appears beside the throne, exhaustion and anger set upon her brow.
Surion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures? And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted wanted. Morak. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
She wanted elf booty. Look at option number 4. I'd do it too.